Once upon a time, there were two best friends. One of them had a computer and the other one sucked.
Hello everybody, and welcome to A Villain's Guide to Monkey King, Dota 2's latest hero. Sun Wukong has been in the works for a long time, and we're all very excited to play him, so I figured I would make this video to showcase his skills and my personal build and tricks that I've learned in using him on the test server. Part 1. The skills. Monkey King's first skill is Boundless Strike, which damages and stuns enemies in a line at an insane range. It applies a physical attack to all enemies that it hits, which will do a critical strike, has true strike, and applies any attack modifiers that Monkey King currently has. Boundless Strike costs 100 mana at all levels, and applies a 200% crit at all levels. With a 25-second cooldown, this skill is his bread and butter for getting kills early in the game. Monkey King's second skill is Tree Dance. This allows him to jump to any tree within a 1,000 unit range. He can do so on a 1.4 second cooldown. It's worth noting that you can't get off the tree until your cooldown has finished. Monkey King's third skill is called Primal Spring. This can only be used when you're in Tree Dance. This allows you to jump anywhere within 1,000 units of range. It is a channeled skill, and if you allow it to channel to max duration, will do up to 360 points of magical damage, and up to a 70% slow. The slow lasts for 4 seconds. Monkey King's fourth skill, his passive, is called Jingu Mastery. Each time you strike a target with a regular auto attack or your Q, you will build up a stack on them. Once you reach 4 stacks, this will apply a buff to Monkey King. It will give him bonus damage up to 200 points and lifesteal up to 50%. It's worth noting that you can only build stacks on enemy heroes. You will receive 4 extra strikes with the bonus damage. The fifth skill in Monkey King's kit is undeniably the most interesting. It's called Mischief, and you don't need to spend any points leveling it. It's given to you automatically. It will allow Monkey King to disguise himself as a variety of items, couriers, or even trees. It depends on what you are standing near when you use the skill as to what you are going to transform into. You can even transform into runes. Use this skill to set up the element of surprise in ganks. Monkey King's ultimate is called Wukong's Command. This will set up a large area, which I'm going to call a battlefield for now. This will set out remnants in certain areas that will attack with Wukong's regular attack. This means all attack modifiers he currently has will be applied to any of the remnants. These remnants will continue to attack until the duration is up or Wukong leaves the battle area.
So how the fuck do I use this guy?
Well, in the early game, I would recommend picking up at least one in each of his skills. Each of them are undeniably useful and can end up saving your life or helping you get a kill. Shown on screen here is a very common combo to use with Monkey King. What you do is you build up your stacks of Jingu Mastery, and then after you have full stacks, you hit him with Boundless Strike. This will apply the bonus damage to the critical strike that he uses. Another useful trick to keep in mind is that even though Tree Dance is on a 1.4 second cooldown, Primal Spring has no cooldown upon using Tree Dance. So, what this means is you can effectively jump 1,000 units to a tree and then another 1,000 units away if you cancel the channeling immediately, as shown here in this video. It allows you to move around with great maneuverability and is an excellent escape tool. Be careful using Tree Dance as your only method of escape. Tree Dance operates a lot like a Blink Dagger, in which if somebody hits you, it gets put on a 3-second cooldown. Additionally, if some unit cuts down the tree that you're currently standing on, you will be stunned for a whopping 4 seconds. Don't be caught off guard using this trick.
Hey kids, you wanna buy some Dota?
Monkey King is an extremely versatile hero. As far as skill builds go, you can't really go wrong picking any of the skills that he has. I would recommend picking up at least 1 point in each skill early. as I mentioned earlier in this video. Now, the way that I build him personally, I would leave his Q at 1 point for the beginning and max out his Tree Dance / Primal Spring. This damage is magical and the only thing about him that doesn't really scale well into the late game, so I figure it's best to use it to its maximum potential in the early game. If you're having a hard time in lane, you can try picking up some extra points in Jingu Mastery. But, as far as building him goes, once again, max out Tree Dance, then start picking up points in Jingu Mastery, and finally, max Boundless Strike last, picking up points in his ultimate whenever available. Monkey King can be built in a variety of different ways. I would definitely recommend picking up Phase Boots on this hero, as it gives him much needed chase and a little bit of extra escape to try and put some distance between you so you can have your Tree Dance off cooldown for a quick escape. If you're running him mid, it doesn't hurt to pick up a bottle. If you're not running him mid, I would highly recommend a Ring of Aquila. It gives you a little bit extra damage, a little bit extra armor, and helps out your laning phase tremendously. After that, I would definitely say pick up an Echo Saber. This item is the only item I would consider core on the hero. It helps build up your Jingu Mastery strikes very quickly and adds a much needed slow for your chase in ganking. Speaking of Jingu Mastery, attack speed is this hero's best friend. Build all the attack speed you possibly can to build up Jingu Mastery strikes. This gives you a lot of lifesteal and bonus damage and maximizes the effect of Boundless Strike in every given fight. As such, my build goes as follows. Phase Boots into Ring of Aquila, Echo Saber, Mjolnir, then Abyssal Blade, and finally a Battle Fury. This of course isn't the full 6-slot build. Usually I'll drop the Ring of Aquila for another item like Butterfly or perhaps a BKB. You could even pick up a Blink if you're feeling frisky enough. And of course you can 7-slot yourself with a Moon Shard. All this attack speed plays very well into the late game, and I'll explain how. So you're probably asking yourself at this point in time, what's with the Battle Fury in this build? Well, that's because his ultimate and the remnants that he uses in it can use all attack modifiers that he has from his inventory. This includes procs from the Mjolnir and of course cleave from the Battle Fury. Go ahead and check out the footage that I put up here of this build being used on some bots as well as in a game. You can see that it is a team killing machine. Wukong in the late game is a monster, especially with a build like this. Alright, wrap it up and shut it down. Shut the whole thing down. All in all, Monkey King is an incredibly effective mid or carry. You could play him hard carry if you want, or you could go for a bit more of a roaming ganker by taking him mid. Either way, this hero is amazing. I'm absolutely in love with him so far. He's definitely been the best addition to this game since, goddamn, like the Spirits update. Yeah, but if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead, leave a like and a subscription. If you would like, you can go ahead and check out a full match that I played of this hero down in the description or the annotation below. Thanks for joining in, and hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.